And even if we take it, it's not because of your advice, but it's because our party has seen, say, that's the best political decision moving forward. Now, let me move to our second topic for tonight. And this one is coming from, okay, before I go there, let me go to Agya Kwabena. Today I saw a video. And it was a banter between Agya Kwabena and then Honorable Kojo Nkrumah. Now, you see, Ghana journalism, sometimes, journalism, you have issues because what we see, or we are privileged to see, ABR on, let me even use here, I mean, one person that I trust, whose reportage or maybe hosting I trust, Bernard Avle. Me, I think he will be the only person, because I'm not calling Paul Adom because we know that he has an affiliation. But when it comes to so-called neutrals, quote unquote, I could say one person that I can trust his hosting Bernard Avle. When you look at that standard of Bernard Avle, and then you just turn around and you look at people like Captain Smart mo, Yatiti mo, one biome, Black Rasta mo, who else? You know them. Those names that come into mind readily. Some of them are on Accra FM. Accra FM are around 4 p.m. every day, every weekday. For the things you hear there, you would wish you never even tuned in. So all those things, all those people, when you look at the standard, you don't know if you should call them Johnny Yuxmo. You don't know if it should be even called journalism at all. Because we know journalism is a profession. Now, you see, you'll be a professional. Most of the time, a licensed thing. Because when you come to the health sector, medicine, physiotherapy, nursing, midwifery, and all the rest are professions. So when you are done with your training, you are expected to be licensed. And any profession that is licensed also comes with its own ethical considerations that you must meet, ethical requirements, do's and don'ts. I say you must strictly follow. Now, what we've seen over the time, is a Ghana had here. Sorry to say this, but I say anyone with a nice voice, okay, anyone who has a very nice voice, who is able to sweat under AC, how it me you can sweat under AC to me, you can open your eyes wide and be lying without any sort of record whatsoever, without any sort of how do you call it, background checks or whatever, without any research, you qualify to be a host of a show. So you look, most of the time you see, say, guest our show, no, he's even more prepared than Nipa of any host, no. That is it. And for those of us who are even not in the capital here or Volta region there, I think when I started doing communication for MPP, those days, before I go on any radio show, I will spend the whole night doing research, looking for figures and all. Then when you go and sit down there, you see that even the host, he only lifted a title from Joy News and I said City and pasted it on the page. He has no idea, nothing about history, nothing about what happened in the past, where this whole thing is coming from, nothing of the sort. So a time came, I don't even do any research before going to radio. You just wake up, you look at the page, okay, this is what we are going to discuss. Because you know, both air hosts, NDC person are going to meet the or a tabula rasa. Tabula rasa means that empty-headed, nothing. The brain is empty. Sorry to say this. Maybe it might sound harsh though, but no. Now, when I see Agya Kwabena, you are having a one-on-one, discussion with somebody, none other than Kojo Nkrumah. At least Agya Kwabena, you should have known, said this is not one of those shows that you could just get up and then wear a nice suit, go and sit down for makeup, and then you go and sit down there trying to say what you don't know. We were speaking with a parliamentarian who is a lawyer and who also has experience in journalism. Because Honorable Kojo Nkrumah hosted shows those days back, I think it was multimedia. Okay. Now, what was the bone for contention? An issue came about ASR gold board in Sensema. IMF reported, say, government of Ghana had told them, IMF foresee, Ghana buying. Yeah, we have made losses from the purchase of gold that Sami Jemfi's gold board does. And those losses, no, it amounted to $214 million as at September. So first of all, no, IMF for this figure be Sami Jemfi na buying. They are the ones who informed IMF. And then when you go to a gold board on a website, you know, when you look at the breakdown that they themselves posted, you know, you realize, say sometime a year last year, from February thereabout, you know, there were instances where Bank of Ghana at this Kabima Sami Jemfi's gold board and no gold was supplied. So even if you wanted to be a doubting Thomas, to say maybe IMF is being mischievous, you know, on gold board's own website, that is what is reported there. And I'm sure this is sanctioned by Sami Jemfi himself. So Kojo Okrumah was saying this, was pushing this very point forward. And you could not know if Agya Kwabena was feeling so uncomfortable with Asema Kojo Okrumah, or if he had forgotten, say, he is a show host and he is supposed, in that instance, you know, the best you could do is to fact check and not try to mislead your listeners. And that was what Agya Kwabena was doing throughout. Interfering, heckling. And I was shocked because I know, say, by now, 78 million, say we are in a new year. We are in a new year. So how come Agya Kwabena is still all, doing NDC bidding? No? We also did not pay attention to the amount of money they have actually scheduled for this year for the journalists for those communications things. And unless someone paid attention to it, I think when the budget came, we were more concerned about parts scanning and all those things. So Agya Kwabena, I sometimes disappointing. And with all these things, you know, some of you people want to say that this person is from Volta region, my region. No. Please. We know our people. Agya Kwabena cannot be from Volta region. The kind of journalism we see, the kind of disgrace that I witnessed today on UTV, it cannot be made in Volta region. Let me receive the views of Agya, Presido, and Moses. Presido, you're welcome. Agya, 4 minutes on this. Agya Kwabena versus Kojo Nkrumah wa Sembikana.
Voice. It is Agya Kwabena de debia we deny no say on free your friend is a Volta region.
Volta ni bia ni ho your friend Agya.
Nah. Say no Ghana hanankasa it seems a journalist for ni nyina. Omo ye NDC communicators. And untina instead of Fabianka NDC communicator MPP ni kasa obe heckle no. Agya Kwabena mom na heckle on one kasa ne guest ordinary studio. And you see, he is also clueless. And sometimes na ya say sebio obu ono ma wajimi so wonim se wajimi. Opese ye kasi nanim se wajimi ansa na obehu se de wajimi. Papa bi eka wo app so say wonim nyansa anka behu se wajimi. Enti Agya Kwabena wonim nyansa enko behu se wajimi. Asema yesi nyina ye bi se ye ho se IMF 450 prekope no beka ase Sami Jemfi aboka 214 million ana. Edia na Sami Jemfi ni na aban NDC omokope wo IMF fofo ho enti IMF fo bete wo moto ese omakoboka enya besia boye omoyo magin se wo omokoboyi ena omde omo books koye ene ma ye IMF fofo abete omoto se de omakoton gold aboka sa yeti kromu ha na IMF obeyi Ghana fo asutire ese NDC for air pompe AFN said dollars into the forex exchange. NDC for ambe deny it. They came to deny it. Eventually, they ended up admitting it. Na me ne kwa na Sami Jemfi ne ho ya menwanwa because so sheyebo ese eye from 5th January yuko ya obekwa radio to no akokirechire mu akere Ghana for say ampani ampa wo moka enti mi say ma hwe n'animu a say nka me ma ne time say obi a ebia ogusu a keka ne books abom na oba be chirechirem be pomo ne maintain say Sameje Mfi akwakọ ye nchirechirem mu bia concern ne ka na ye de wabọ no.
I think on news file no and I discouraging no Tia Mahama na yes ade no. Ye wale MP no discouraging no news file.
Boys say Sameje Mfi pew on pew oba be chirechirem because me wiase a me ba maintain bi mpani nsamoda mate se obi aton doko na boka mate se obi aton mo aboka ba pa se obi akoton sika kokọ aboka minti bi da
na koko
mate koko kra obi aton koko aboka ba se Sameje Mfi akotimi akoton sika kokọ na oba wo se waboka de no it's not acceptable. And you see ye normalize jimie e wo kroma to the extent say ene obeko most of the NDC platforms as some of can say say MPP for kwamoboka 58 million. So in NDC dictionary you know MPP for aboka 58 million from National Cathedral no kwa wokwa there is evidence uhu amanasa amanada ho. All the feasibility studies were done ni nyina wo ho pay your friends and Deloitte and Touche for a records no sika bia ankofa obi abotom. The money each money was used for what it was intended for. And so when NDC for want to normalize the score sheet said MPP for akoboka from National Cathedral until Sameje Mfi akoboka 214 million enye news because Sameje Mfi ka wakwakobo no yenhu dibibi ejina ho ebetina ka Sameje Mfi ekoboka no or the say ne ba na sub your voice what is sika ye fan say 20,000 ekodwom esa wo di koye business na sa wo beba wo se ma making sales as a matter of fact menya mfaso na wo ba na obesisin usika no na usika na wo de ko odwa so no 20,000 wo ba ya o sisin wo sika no ye o checks and balances no aka wo 18,000 wo be so o kire me say wo mmoka
aboka.
This is the simple analogy at NDC for the money and I just can't wrap my brain around it. Waboka over 214 million. Meanwhile, and I know na mo call IMF no besi adrosa na mo se mo kwaje IMF. And so what me ahwe nyankopon anim akoboka we and you people want to normalize it as if say the enyehwe na ye benya lazy journalists be to say Agya Kwabena wono no instead of say bianko obe enlighten ne ho ansa no obi to say kojo oponkroma one na baba behia no obaba betena ho no abeye PR gimmicks e dia ma NDC for Ghana. We are doomed because it's baby a yedru no yetimi koton gold boka ebepimo ne NDC for baye na me eno na me bisa asem bi say Sameje Mfi at the 9 months aboka $214 million ebusuan for by the time of 4 years ne beso no na ne ka Sameje Mfi abrogu gold board no aginyame
yo me da say
enye no kwa voice there was one thing na me pese me say bisa Ghana for say enti Sameje Mfi amemu ya wo mo ne Ghana for etimu a one joma ama omubu say ya ne be kurakura mu 4 years ya e say kwade say 3 years say ya ne be kura mu for the next 3 years
sir
because God kwa ne aton aboke ene NDC for be so wo mo e de akọ IMF so almost san akọ pebesia e de aba meanwhile yentimi ntwia even government workers yentimi ntwia omo ka and yes ton ye ton gold e boka Sameje Mfi buy gold reserve ahe no mo de aka ho enti sa sika ya mo de ko ton gold ko bo kai enna mutimi de gu ye reserve mu a enka voice $214 million no gold do how many tons of gold ananka betimi de aka ye reserve mu about was soon so na the consequences of voting foolishly no eno na ye enjoy no
you see most
voice
most people not even understand say same way it has repercussions on yenyina as a country. Most people don't understand it, but it does because every penny
so people will say NDC for see a track COVID tax no and so when go to any of the supermarkets baby a wo koto ade bi issue receipt bia ya the receipt ne ma ya check so what does you COVID tax. We are still paying taxes. COVID tax may say go to any of these malls, purchase something. National receipt de man so. Ubo se COVID tax also. And to be kwakwa ade na wato no ho. Their trouble won say 70 Ghana. Ye the tax be gu so awie no adu 100 Ghana. Enti ekaya Sameje Mfi akobode ebe. Me ne wo mienu ayete ha ya ye huma broi. Ye ne e beche egu yenye so. Ami ye chia.
Yeah, Moses, journalism in Ghana, what is your view?
I think to a larger extent, we need a lot of work to do because they don't fact check anybody. If you watch CNN, though they all do propaganda, but if you watch CNN, if you watch Fox News shows, you can't come there and just throw lies and go home. They have to fact check you. Sometimes they do it real time. And even if they don't do it real time, they do post news review and they are able to check, fact check and post all the. We don't do that in Ghana. You'll be sitting down and somebody will be contradicting himself and the journalist does nothing. And in some cases, the journalists already have a preconceived or already have a prejudice about the whole issue, and they're speaking for the other person. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense. So if, for instance, what do you call it? The other day, Samson Ladia Yanini said, in Ghana we were at a point that fuel were going to be rationed.
He said there was a point that we had that.
Yeah. Yes.
I see.
How can a journalist say that on TV?
A journalist who is a lawyer.
So I think it has to do with personal interest. I don't think we have neutrals. I think you mentioned of Bernard Avile and I don't know who else. Apart from him, I don't really see neutrals in Ghana. If you want to be political, come out like Paul Adumochire, who said he's a he's a center-right reporter. We know that you are coming to do pro-MPP program. If you want to be like that, but don't try to play on the minds of people that you are neutral. Meanwhile, you are speaking for the government. Right now, all the media houses have been bought.
Yeah.
They have been bought. Look at the fight against Galamsey. It's worse than before. We have never seen a level of Galamsey that the menace has gotten to its peak, but nobody's talking about it. All of a sudden, the call for national emergency or whatever, everything has gone down. And now, Gold Board is the center of it all. Look, I saw the president saying that this will be the first time Ghana goes to IMF.
It's funny. I'll be going to that. I'll be coming to that in the next round. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yo.
So
right.
With the loss, it's just like the way they were, saying that, we have not intervened in the FS market, we have not intervened, and we all knew that they were intervening. Then they eventually have to admit that they were intervening. So with the $240 million dollars that they have incurred in losses, it's going to finally come out, and it will only worsen their case. Simon Chamfi is a candidate for jail in the next MPP administration, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And the bail condition we will set.
Junior made plastic chairs. Right.
Only God that knows.
Thank you so much, Moses. Auntie Rifa, yes, many happy returns. Okay, so Ebushanfo, that is it. Me, when it comes to journalism, Ghana, as I said earlier on, there, the only person that I can trust right now, say, way there, even if he's affiliated, at least he tries as much as possible to have some balance when he's on show. Bernard Avile. I said Bernard Avile. I can tell you, say there's nobody. I know those people who favor NPP. I know those people who favor NDC, and it's so clear. But the unfortunate thing is, those people who try to insult any intelligence. Look, Randy Abbey. Randy Abbey, they say CEO of Cocoa Board. Any day you watch Good Morning Ghana, you could tell that something was wrong. There was an agenda at play. They were pursuing a certain course. You could just tell. But unfortunately, that's where I also blame our intelligence gathering when we were in power. Because some of these people, we should have known that they were compromised and we should have found a way of dealing with them. I mean, or whilst we go on their set, because you still see our people, sorry I'm saying this, but they go there and they are smiling, you are my friend, we meet here, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the person is achieving whatever goal, objective he has set for that very, very issue. Making you unpopular. Ensuring that the voters who are watching the show are swayed towards a NDC. And they succeeded. One of the first appointments that came out was for Randy Abbey, CEO of Cocoa Board. And I tell you, any president who appoints someone to Cocoa Board, it means that person is a darling board. Cocoa Board. A lot of money there. That's where Randy Abbey went. The person who was sitting for the Monday show, Annie, you see that anytime the likes of Ellen goes to Good Morning Ghana on Mondays, a lot of strife, a lot of negative energy. You saw what happened with Honorable Akosia Menu when she went there. I think in even the last days. You saw the posture of that woman. And now we are told, say, you see appointment at the High Commission in UK. All these people, a lot of them, some of them, even the appointments come and we don't even know about it because some of them are not that popular. But they all made success. They worked for NDC. And I'm very much so say Agya Kwabena is just still trying to catch the eye of the appointing authority. But he just decided to choose the wrong candidate, Agya Kwabena. I think, sir, the way to go is to use the approach that Honorable Agya Kwabena actually used today, making them feel useless, whilst before they are viewers. And I believe, say, any NPP communicator that appears on any show on any day is better placed to do that than